Hello and welcome. And as you notice, I'm wearing my Rising the Shield Hero shirt because today we're talking about Redo of Healer episode 8. Yes, 8. After 8 episodes right now, she finally appeared. Eve, the next Demon Lord candidate. Yes, the next Demon Lord. You know, it's kind of interesting how after 8 episodes, Eve finally appeared. You know, I really am static about this. You know, this episode had so much potential for Eve coming in, and we got a lot of dialogue to talk about this. Now, before I talk about Redo of Healer episode 9, something I need to get off my chest about Redo of Healer. Not in a bad way, but good way. First off, I find nothing wrong with Redo the Healer. I find nothing wrong. Censored or uncensored, I don't care. I find nothing wrong with it. I just love this character so much that he going through this revenge thing going on, revenge tour going on, and the way how he does it though, it makes me like, part of me wants to say I felt bad for him, and there's other parts where it's like, you know what, I gotta join this party. There's nothing, it's like, regardless of his revenge, I want to help him. And I'm sure some of y'all felt the same way with Naofumi. I'm sure some of you feel the same way with Naofumi. You see all the things that Naofumi had to go through, and you want to help him. So I see that. Now, people don't want to watch Redo the Healer because of fan service. Okay, I get all that. But hold up. Hold up. First of all, we've seen anime shows that got fan service. But do we watch anime for the fan service? Is that what we do? Come on, guys. No, that's not what we do. To me, when I watch anime, I don't care if it has low or high mid-type fan service. I don't care. If you just give me a storyline within that route, within some fan service, then I'll watch it. Shows like Sekirei, shows like Prison School, shows like Shimano Testament, shows like Monster Misune. You know, it doesn't matter to me. Fairy Tail got fan service, but I like the storyline behind Fairy Tail. My point is, even though Redo of Healer got fan service, don't watch it for the fan service. Don't like skip until you want to see him in action, until you want to see him making out, having a threesome or anything like that. Don't do that. Just watch the storyline as you see him develop every step of the way. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, now episode 8 of Redo the Healer, we are literally close. We're like the first 4, now the second 4, and now the last 4. So we are at the end of the second pie of the show. And with the last 4 episodes coming down the road right now, and spring's around the corner, it's sad to see the show about to go. And I know it's too early. I know it's episode 8, and I know it's early to say this, but I'm gonna say it right now. We need Redo of Healer season 2. We need season 2 of Redo the Healer. Please make it official. Make Interspecies Reviewers a season 2 and give this show a season 2. That's what I'm trying to say. But okay, now here's my review of episode 8 of Redo the Healer. Let's do it. Now, Eve has been the spotlight now. We get to see Eve in the opening. She is going to be the main spotlight of this episode. Just like with Setsuna. Setsuna had her spotlight. So now we're getting Eve to be the next spotlight of the show. Now, here's the thing. The storyline behind the Healing Hero Revenge Tour. With Revenge, there's more obstacles. There's a more objective. Like, there's a main objective, but there are minor objectives. Just like in video games. There's always an objective, main objective, and there's always a minor objective. So we all know how this works. His main objective is to get revenge on the main heroes that bullied him and raped him at the time. You know, the Cannon Hero, Blade, the Sword Hero, and Flare. Okay, that's the main objective. Now let's look at the minor objectives. The Kingdom, he had to get revenge on the Kingdom. He had to get revenge on getting everybody who bullied the demi-human, and get revenge on Norm. That's the minor objectives. Now, here's where the other minor objective comes in play. So, as he's in the campfire, he knows that he got to acquire a gemstone. One that Flare, the Sword Hero, and the Cannon Hero use. If he was to acquire one of those gemstones, He has to go against one of them. He has to get one of them from Blade and Bullet. So that to me is gonna be like, okay, we're gonna get to that moment where he get revenge on one of the heroes. Now I will say this, I will spoil you guys a little bit on this. When he get revenge, I like when you see him get his revenge on Blade, the soul hero. Trust me, you're gonna love it. You're absolutely gonna love it. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, but other than that, that's his goal. He got to get the gemstone. So they go to a town, and unlike the previous kingdom, they go to this town where it's just like, it's not just humans living there. It's demi-humans, demonic demons. They all live in society. Humans, demi-humans, demonic humans. They all live in this one big society, and there's no harm in this place. Everyone's peaceful despite the race. So. And then we get a little information about this place. What I like about this episode, guys, what I like about episode 8 is that not only they gave us information about this place, but it also, like I said, it showed Eve. But mostly the information about the village. And I like this kind of thing. I like this kind of environment. I like what this episode did for us. It gave us some aspect as why this place was so peaceful, and it was never targeted. Not yet, quote. But yeah, so basically short and simple, with the paying blood, they use the magic in their blood to pay off their taxes. It's like a blood donor. So like, okay, money, your rent is this, put the blood in there. Oh, this is how much you pay your taxes, put the blood in there. That's what they did. So that's all I'm trying to say. But still, everyone's peaceful, and right off the gate, here comes Eve. And literally right off the gate, that's the Demon Lord right there. Now, if you recall how the Demon Lord was, yes, the Demon Lord has silver hair and crimson and red eyes. Okay. Eve is the next candidate. And if you remember the first episode, the healing hero stopped the Demon Lord. And the Demon Lord had red eyes and crimson red eyes and silver hair. That's Eve right there. So you kind of like 4 years into the remake of like, this is Eve before she was a Demon Lord. Except she has black hair nonetheless. Okay, so we got to see Eve, and Eve was the spotlight of it all. And the fact that people are targeting her, especially the Minotaurs, it's kind of like they really want her to die. So storyline wise, funny wise, was the main hero pointing over there at the bar, just saying, "Oh, that's a Demon Lord. Oh, she's the next Demon Lord right there." Literally right up the gate, I was laughing. I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, I know those two other characters were drunk, but for him to go out in the blaze of glory and just say this, "Oh, that's a Demon Lord candidate." And what I like about him is that he actually brought up the story of how he met the Demon Lord in the first place. He's like, "Oh, I met the Demon Lord before. She had crimson red eyes, silver hair. Oh, and black wings." And yeah, and black wings. Funny how that brought up. I'm like, wow. And then right off the gate, instead of having a conversation, here come those Minotaurs, hooded Minotaurs trying to come in, boom, blow up the bar. Kill, just by looking, I say like a lot of people, but mostly I saw 3 people. But still, it was funny to see them just blow up the bar and just went to kill Eve. And then when Eve got shot with a paralysis arrow, yeah, he's like, "Okay, if you need help, I'll help you escape, but you gotta do something for me. Just help. If you want help, just say it." She asked for help, and then we all know how he does it. Heal, burn, heal, heal. And I love that. I love that so much. So they escape with Eve, Eve stood in the shed of the barn, and they had the conversation. I love the conversation that the main hero and Eve have. I loved it. They didn't do it. I know some of y'all wish he would have smashed Eve in this episode. I understand. It didn't happen yet, but it will sooner or later. Sooner or later, he's going to smash Eve. But again, he wants to help Eve get revenge for the tribe's sake. And the thing about, it's funny, it's very interesting how every girl he meets that has to do revenge, his harem gets bigger. So if he sees another girl that has revenge, he's going to help her get revenge. And that equals his harem. It's pretty much any girl with a revenge problem, you know it's gonna add to his harem. That's all I'm saying. Okay, now here's where I find this interesting in the last, almost towards the end. Eve wakes up, not getting laid. Eve wakes up, and then literally he sees the healing hero and Cessna having sex right in front of her. Imagine you wake up like this, and you're like, you wake up and they doing it right in front of you. That's that's funny. Now I know that the uncensored version is gonna be later on. They're gonna add more to it, but the way how Eve reaction when seeing them doing it right in front of them, you know Eve wants some of that healing factor. You know Eve wants some of that healing factor, and now you know she wants some of that. She was all fidgeting down there because you know she wants some of that healing. And she's all like tsundere vibe. The thing about Eve in this one is that she's more of a, I don't know why, I think she's more of a tsundere, the way how she approached the healing hero. Where she's like, I'm an adult. Kind of like how those rich girls in anime go like, oh, 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 that kind of thing. So when I'm looking at Eve, she had this facial expression. She's like, I'm an adult. And then I love that the healing hero, after he finished with he's like, you're an adult? Prove it. And that's how I'm like, oh boy. And that's how it ended. So here's what I find out. Looking at this episode, not only Eve had the spotlight in this episode, and then we got and then we get more and more information about the village. Hey, but if you guys noticed something, and I thought about this after it ended. Compared to Now For Me status. Okay, check this out. Now For Me from the Shield Hero. Hear me out. Now For Me from the Shield Hero has Melty in his party. Melty is the next candidate to be the queen of the kingdom. In the healing hero, Eve is the next candidate to be the next demon lord. You see what I'm trying to say? You see what I'm trying to get in this? You see what I'm trying to compare, like, in terms of the party-wise? It's like, Now For Me has Melty, who's going to be the next heir, the next queen, and Eve is going to be the next heir to be the next demon lord. So when you kind of think about this, both Now For Me and the healing hero, they both have that same girl in terms of like being the next candidate. They both have the same demi-human. They both have the same girl to be the next candidate. That's something. That's some comparison, but it's there. It's there. But like I said, I find this episode very interesting. Like I said, the whole revenge tour he has right now is getting there with a little bit of a twist. Now he has to acquire a gemstone. So, and that's going to be added to the mix of his revenge. And like I said, with Eve spotlighting this episode and more about the village, it's going to be sus to say that this whole village is going to be tortured next week when it's going to get there. It's going to get there. A peaceful village is going to be something, a peaceful village like them, and it's going to end into something worse. Trust me, it's going to end worse. So thank you for watching this episode. I look forward for next week's episode of episode 9. I can't wait to see that. But again, thank you for watching my video. I will upload this on Twitter as well. You can follow me on Twitter. It's on my description page as well. It's on my description page, so you can find it on Twitter. I will upload this video on YouTube and on Twitter. So thank you for watching this, and give me your thoughts on YouTube and on Twitter. I'll be mostly on Twitter. So thank you for watching this review of episode 8. I look forward for episode 9, and I hope you will.